something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me?
Welcome back to our P&O Cruises Iona Travel Series, Episode 4, Part 2. You previously saw us exploring all that Vigo had to offer. You join us as we get ready for celebration night on board Iona.
In the meantime, perhaps I'll leave you with just a thought for today. No matter how hard you push the envelope, it's still stationary. And on that note, thank you all for your understanding and your patience.
Hi everyone, so we're back in the room now making preparations to get ready for the celebration night. You would have seen in the last clip the captain's announcement. As you heard, the weather's going to be quite bad in the next couple of days, so it's a bit touch and go on the latest of how we're getting home, when we're getting home. We don't really have much information to tell you yet. The captain is going to do an announcement in the next half hour, 45 minutes, so once we get an update with that, I'll let you know. You did catch some of it on video. I had to put it on me and my brother because otherwise I'd just be filming a random bottle, so apologies if it was stuck on us for a few minutes. I just wanted you to get our reactions when he told us about obviously the storms that are coming. I didn't quite remember the names. I think it was Storm Dudley? I think it was Storm Dudley and another storm, so we are quite worried now how we're going to get back and what the plan is, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure the captain will have it all sussed. I will let you know when he tells us the latest. But we was in Brody's, we done the individual cribs. Jess was getting ready, so she decided to stay up here and get ready and do a bit of ironing her stuff at the laundrette. We're back up in the room now, as I've just said. Matt is going to go down and iron his trousers and then jump in the shower. I'm about to get dressed because I had a shower earlier, and then we're going down for dinner at 6:45. We're having dinner earlier tonight, one because we want to see the scenery, because we're always sitting by the window and it's dark and you can't see nothing, so we want to go down a little bit earlier tonight and maybe leave the show to a later on rather than watching it at 6:45. It is now currently 5:45, so we've got dinner in an hour. I just want to pop on in and tell you about my thoughts from Vigo. So me and Matt obviously walked around Vigo for a couple of hours. Jess obviously wasn't feeling too well and she heard it was hilly and loads of steps, so she decided it wouldn't be for her. If she attempted it, it could knock her out and she'll be like bedbound for the rest of the holiday, and that's not what we wanted. My thoughts on Vigo was, it's a very beautiful city, a lot of old buildings, but for me personally it was way too steep and hilly for me. At the port it's fine, it's flat, but once you go into the actual city it is very hilly. Another thing that me and my brother noticed, there was not many shops open. I'd say probably about 90% of the shops were shut. The only ones that were open were a couple of coffee bars, the odd restaurant here and there, a couple of banks, and maybe one or two clothing shops. Now we're not sure why everything was shut. We don't know if it's COVID related. We're not sure if it was what Matt said on cam, if it's something to do with their siesta, or it's something to do with maybe just the wrong time of month to come here. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever come back to Vigo again. If I was to, it'll be in the summer when it was warm, and if we had like a tour guide to show us everywhere to go of places of interest, because we just got off the ship, we didn't do any homework, so we had no idea where to go, what to look at. I just asked someone in the mall and they said go to that park, but obviously we didn't make it to the park. We climbed loads of stairs, we was knackered out, it was raining, it was miserable, and in the end we just thought, do you know what, we'll call it a day. Tom was getting on and we had to go to the mall to get some sweets, and I wanted to get some crisps and that and get back on the ship. So in the end we just called it a day, so apologies if you watched this thinking I was going to get to the park and then we didn't. but it was just too many steps and we was both knackered. So as I said, we're back on the ship, we've just done the quiz and now we're getting ready for dinner. Matt thought the same as me. He didn't really think much of Vigo itself. He said he would like to come back maybe in the summer when there was more things open, more things to do, and if he did come back, he'd like to do his own work to find out what was, you know, what was here for the tourists. But other than that, yeah, we'll be leaving soon. I think 8 o'clock it said on the captain announced, and we'll be making our way up to La Coruna. We'll get there tomorrow morning, so hopefully that's a lot better city, not so hilly, and hopefully the weather's going to be on our side. But yeah, I'll see you probably at dinner.
This is the captain once again with my promised broadcast, updating everybody on board with regards to the weather and our intentions. Storm Eunice is now predicted to head directly for the United Kingdom. It is significant in size and will bring extreme winds and heavy swells to the eastern Atlantic and the approaches to the English Channel on Friday. Our programme has us leaving La Coruna on Thursday afternoon and heading north across the Bay of Biscay towards Ushant and the entrance to the English Channel. We have been told that our track north will be on a converging path with Storm Eunice, with it meeting us off the northwest coast of France the same time, Friday, late afternoon and evening. It would then travel with us up the English Channel. They have advised us that we could therefore expect winds in excess of 70 to 80 knots on the beam, and more concerning, a significant wave height of 8 to 9 meters on Friday. It is likely that these conditions we would struggle to maintain any speed and will be falling behind. Coming in behind Storm Eunice would not be a viable option, as the wind and swell conditions this storm will generate will be worse in its path. To try and explain this simpler, it will be like coming up behind a comet in the sky. The worst part is often behind. The forecast for Southampton on Saturday is showing strong winds from 9 AM onwards, with them currently predicting a weather window for us to dock in the morning. With all of this information and advice, it has been decided that Iona will leave Vigo this evening at 8 PM and proceed at maximum possible speed directly back to Southampton in order to be arriving off the northwest coast of France tomorrow early evening at the latest, ahead of the path of Storm Eunice. We will therefore round Cape Finisterre on the northwest coast of Spain at around midnight tonight, after which time we will alter to the northeast, skirting along the edge of the bay en route to Ushant and the Channel. We intend to then proceed up the English Channel and find a sheltered spot off the north coast of France where we can hold the ship in position away from the worst of the swells as they progress up the English Channel on Friday morning. We will experience some very strong winds off France on Friday as we feel the effects of the southern edge of Storm Eunice, but at least we will be away from 8 to 9 meter wave heights and the swell in the Atlantic. I fully appreciate that not calling in La Coruna tomorrow will come as a disappointment to you all. However, your safety and comfort on board is priority, and we cannot justify heading north from Spain on Thursday evening on a converging course with a significant storm and a forecast telling us that we will experience a combination of wave heights up to 9 meters and winds in excess of 70 to 80 knots sustained. We have looked at all available options, including ports in the channel. However, the weather conditions expected prevent us from docking anywhere before Saturday. Any of you booked on P&O Cruises shore excursions in La Coruna will be automatically refunded, so no need to go to the tours desk. So now onto the conditions that we will experience. On departure this evening, once clear of Vigo Harbour, we will experience swells up to around 4 meters, which will initially be on the port bow, moving to the port beam overnight. The forecast indicates that the maximum we should expect on the run back is around 5 meters, again on the beam the entire time, and we will use the stabilizer fins to help reduce the rolling motion. With regards to the winds, this evening we can expect around 15 to 20 knots from the west. As we move north along the edge of the bay tomorrow, the winds will move to the southwest, which on our northeasterly course will be behind us. They will remain between 20 and 30 knots, but always astern of us, giving us much lower relative winds over the decks, enabling us to keep the decks open as much as possible. We will therefore experience some increased movement, similar to what we got coming south at the start of the week. So as always, please take great care when moving around the ship, hold the handrails and secure all valuables in your cabin this evening. I thank you all for listening and for your understanding. We hope to provide you with the best available conditions on the way back, so you are able to enjoy everything Iona offers. I will of course speak to you all again tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. with an update on our progress and a weather forecast. But in the meantime, I wish you all a lovely evening.
So we've just left our room for celebration night. We're currently waiting for a lift, aren't we? Matt is looking sharp in his suit. I'm looking very dashing in my suit. And Jessica is looking very sexy and very frilly in her dress.
I've never heard that expression before.
But look at her. Absolutely fun. Do you want to give us a 12? Very nice.
My hair tongs broke, so I've had to put my hair up.
Yep, so we're literally waiting for the lift to come up, and then we're going to go down to deck 6 to the atrium. We'll take some pictures, maybe get a glass of champagne, and then we're off to Coral Restaurant, aren't we? Or Pearl, depending on which one's free. Yeah. But yeah, this should be a good night. Are you
We're going straight for dinner first, aren't we?
Okay. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, kind of.
Are you looking forward to it, Matt?
Bit of an experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there's a 5-course meal tonight, so I'll show you what we've got, and then we're going to do some entertainment. I believe there is karaoke on tonight, so you might even get a sneaky song from Jess at some point tonight, but we'll just have to see. We'll next see you in the restaurant.
I haven't had a hair tongs broke right at the last minute before. Half of her curly, half of her not.
You look perfect.
Thank you. Is that table for free?
Yeah.
Maybe by the window.
By the window if we're
It's very unlikely, I guess, but...
cabin, don't worry.
No, we're back.
That's fine.
Very easy, but let me see the best option. That's okay.
Oh, yes.
Table for 6 just.
Yeah, that's perfect with us. Yeah.
9625.
I'll get you these tables.
That's all right, isn't it?
Just for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry that table is big, but we don't have big table.
No, it's fine.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. That's nice, isn't it? Seeing everyone all dolled up, isn't it? And dressed. Thank you, bye.
I know you're so busy. Thank you so much. I think
Thank
she's
you.
put them down and then forgotten, that's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Right, you probably still.
On the court table, hopefully. Hopefully on the table. Yeah, that one, 531, that'll do, won't it? Move that chair, Matt, forward.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are just joining us, we are still taking some sign-ups for karaoke. So if you haven't already, just wave Evan over. She is walking around.
Can I sit there so I can get Jess on cam?
Take some songs. We just need your name, the title, and the artist. So the name, title, and the artist. And we'll be starting in the next few minutes. So we're just doing one song per person at the moment, and we'll see how we get along with that first. And if we have time, we'll do 2 songs. So we will be starting very shortly. So if you haven't already, just give Evan a little wave, and she will happily come on over to you. Like I said, we do have Evan wandering around. She will be cleaning the mics between all the singers, and we will be changing the heads. We do have a few rules for karaoke, obviously with our COVID protocols. Please note that you do have to have your mask on when you are singing. So you do have to sing with your mask on, and please stay on the dance floor. So you're welcome to hold the mic, but please just stay on the dance floor. Don't go roaming around between everyone. Just stay on the dance floor. You're welcome to hold the mic, and we will adjust it for you, so you do have to keep your mask on, and please stay on the dance floor. Alright, we are going to get started with Rob. Where's Rob?
Where it came, I can't begin to know. Sweet Caroline, up, up, up. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good.
Wish I could have said goodbye. I would have said what I wanted to, maybe even cry for you. And if I knew it'd be the last time, I would have broken my heart in two, trying to save a part of you. Don't wanna feel another touch. Don't wanna start another fight. Don't wanna know
and gentlemen, good evening! Welcome to the clubhouse. How are we doing? All right? Are we ready for some late night comedy? Are we ready for an adult late night comedy? Let's do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, starting at this side. You're going to give me a round of applause. Starting over here. Start clapping your hands. Make it all the way around the room. All the way around the room. All the way around the room. And please welcome to the stage, Tom Bing!
Hello. Thank you for coming. My goodness, late night comedy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really swear. I can't do it without them. They were fabulous sports. Please give them a huge round of applause. Thanks so much for seeing all of you for tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from Tom Bing! Did we enjoy that? Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your night doesn't have to stop there. We've got music in here until the early hours of the morning, but one more time here in the clubhouse with its late night comedy. Put your hands together with Tom Bing!
Cheers.
I'm a celebrity on the ship. Soul sides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say. So we've just got back to the cabin. It's currently about 4 AM in the morning. They kept the music going on till late. Everyone was dancing and singing. The last 2 songs were typical Don't Look Back in Anger and Mr. Brightside, and we called it. Everyone was going crazy, so you've just seen that footage. You may have also seen we were in lovely company tonight. We were joined by 2 amazing blokes, one called Chris, who was a first-time cruiser, and one called Ian. Now, Ian met Wayne and I in the Olive Grove on Valentine's Day. He was introduced to a lovely lady on the singles meet in the morning, and they were kind of having a little one-to-one. I thought they were having a date and stupidly asked if they were on a first date, but they weren't. And we've just got chatting, and it turns out that he actually knows our channel, and he's a big avid cruise fan. We were also joined by the same people we met the other night. We met a lovely young couple called Georgia and Liam, and it turns out Georgia's mum, because they're on vacation with Georgia's mum and Georgia's sister. I do apologise, I've forgotten both of your names, but Georgia's mum is a big fan of cruising. Last night, as I mentioned, we met Cruise Monkeys and they messaged us again today, but she's also a big fan of other people like Ben and David and Emma Cruises, but she also is a fan of Wayne and I. So we've met another person who watches all of our vlogs. So hello, I will get your name and I will say a proper hello tomorrow, but we're actually going to join them all again tomorrow night in the clubhouse. If you're looking for a really good venue to have a few drinks late in the evening, the clubhouse is the place to go. We also sang on karaoke. Well, I sang on karaoke, and Ian sang on karaoke, and we had a fantastic time. We've met so many fantastic people, and there's been a few others which I can't remember your names. I'm so sorry. There's been quite a few people today who have reached out to Wayne and I and who have said they're loving our vlogs, so I'm so pleased. And I'm also proud of Matt as well, because Matt did some vlogging today. I actually had to come back from Vigo because I was feeling quite poorly. I don't know what was up with me. I don't know whether I've eaten something that was too rich for my stomach, but I had to come back and have a nap. We finally got out tonight, but there was an update which you may have heard on the captain's update earlier. I did include a soundbite of that, but we aren't actually going to La Coruna tomorrow because the swells are meant to be insane. I don't know how high they are, but how high did they say?
They said that the waves could be anything up to 9 or 10 metres, so about 30 foot.
So Wayne's just said, the captain said on the tannoy that they could be up to anywhere to 8 or 9 metres, which is about 30 foot, which is insane. So we're not actually going to be going to La Coruna tomorrow, which is a bit of a shame, because the place we went to today, Vigo, the weather was miserable. So we're actually going to sail as close to the coast as we can to keep safe, and then the plan is we're going to dock somewhere safe off the coast of France tomorrow night, and then when it's safe we're going to take the slow journey back to the British Isles, because apparently there's nowhere safe to dock the ship. Otherwise we would have docked in another port. It would have been cool to possibly dock in like Liverpool. That would have been a dream of mine, to dock right outside the Liver buildings. And we won 2-0?
It was 2-0 at some point, but
I think we won, I'm not sure. There was quite a few people in the karaoke place ranting on about it. But yeah, so it would have been nice to have docked in Liverpool, but that's not going to happen either. So we're not sure what's happening. We don't know whether we're docking in Southampton on Saturday night. I don't know whether you can see, but the ship is actually going back and forth. It's actually quite rough tonight, so it means we'll all have a good night's sleep. But sorry guys, it's really bad. I'm worried about the laptop or the kettle falling over. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I'm actually feeling a little bit seasick. So we're not sure if we're docking in Southampton on Friday or whether we're gonna go in at 7 AM in the morning, but the plan is we're gonna find somewhere safe, or it could be that we don't get off until Monday. With cruising, you can't control the weather, so you can't control Mother Nature, and the captain wants things to be safe. And just a heads up, we don't get any onboard cruise spend because of this. So even though we've lost a cruise port, you don't get any onboard spend. But Wayne did mention earlier that you can actually claim on your insurance, so I'll get Wayne to go into a bit more detail about that with you tomorrow.
It's only if your cruise insurance covers that. It might not cover us.
He's just said it's only if your cruise insurance covers that.
Missed ports.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning now, so I'm going to get Wayne to go into a bit more detail about that with you tomorrow, because we're going to do a lot of things we've not had the chance to do, like have a cup of tea and hot chocolate in the reception, and we're also going to enjoy a complimentary meal from P&O in one of the onboard specialty restaurants. There was a little bit of a hiccup, which I mentioned earlier in the vlogs, about a suspected 12-year-old, and there's been quite a few things with like bunk beds being put up when they shouldn't, and they were getting in the way, and I had to wait up till early hours of the morning to make sure it got put down, because it was a hazard, because Matt's 6'4", so you can imagine if there's a Pullman down above him, it's not going to be good. It's going to be a disaster, and he's always struggling with things like that. Like, he keeps banging his head on certain things in the ship. So I'm going to keep that short and sweet, but Wayne will fill you in about this sorry, it's rocking so bad. Wayne will fill you in about the missed port cruise things tomorrow. I think he watched it on Emma Cruise's vlogs. So I'm gonna go, because as you can see, I'm cutting my head off and this is rocking. So we will see you tomorrow for what, day 5?
Yes, day 5, yeah. Day
5 of our cruise vlog. So thank you so much. Sorry for talking your heads off for 6 minutes and 38 seconds, but we will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Me at all? Do you think about the things we used to